Have you ever wondered how multi-factor authentication works? In a world where digital security is paramount, multi-factor authentication, or MFA, is a key player. It's a method that adds an extra layer of protection to your online accounts, going beyond the traditional password. Here's the problem with passwords. They're often easy to crack, and once they're compromised, your account is wide open. That's where MFA steps in. By requiring 2 or more pieces of evidence or factors to verify your identity, it makes it significantly harder for intruders to gain access. These factors could be something you know, like a password, something you have, like a mobile device, or something you are, like a fingerprint. So why is MFA important? Simple, it adds an additional line of defense. Even if one factor is compromised, the others still stand in the way of unauthorized access. Now that we've established the importance of MFA, let's explore how it functions. So, what makes multi-factor authentication secure? Well, let's dive into the heart of the matter. Multi-factor authentication, or MFA, is built upon 3 main components, each adding a layer of security. The first component is something you know, and this is usually a password. The password is your first line of defense, and it's unique to you. It's like the key to your online home. You wouldn't just give it to anyone, right? But passwords can be guessed, hacked, or even stolen. That's why we need a bit more security. The second component is something you have, such as a smartphone or a token device. This piece of the puzzle is like a second key to your online home, but this one is physical. You're likely to notice if it goes missing. If someone tries to access your account without this device, the system will block them. Even if they have your password, they won't get far without your device. The third and final component is something you are. This is a biological or behavioral characteristic that is unique to you, like a fingerprint, a retinal scan, or even the way you type. This is the equivalent of a biometric lock on your online home. It's not something that can be easily replicated or stolen. Now, you might be wondering, but why do I need all 3? Well, each of these components compensates for the weaknesses of the others, creating a robust security system. If one factor is compromised, the other 2 still stand strong. It's like having 3 locks on your door instead of just 1. To put it simply, with MFA, a cybercriminal would need to steal your password, your device, and mimic your unique biological or behavioral traits to gain access to your account, and that's not an easy feat, is it? Understanding these elements is key to appreciating the strength of MFA, but how do these mechanisms interact in real-world scenarios? Well, let's explore that in the next scene. Now, imagine you're logging into a secure account. Let's say it's your online banking account. You've entered your username and password, but the journey to access your account isn't over yet. This is where multi-factor authentication, or MFA, steps in. The first factor, in this case, is something you know, your password. But to add an extra layer of security, the system needs to verify another factor. This could be something you have, like a mobile device, or something you are, like a fingerprint. So, after entering your password, the system sends a unique, one-time code to your registered mobile number. This represents the second factor, something you have. You receive the code and enter it into the system. But what happens if you enter the wrong code? Well, the system is designed to keep your account secure. If the code is incorrect, the system will block the login attempt and prompt you to try again. This ensures that even if someone else has your password, they can't access your account without also having access to your mobile device. Now, let's add a third factor. Some systems may require a biometric verification, such as a fingerprint or facial recognition. This represents something you are. The system will prompt you to scan your fingerprint or face. If the scan data matches the data the system has on file, you're granted access. If the scan doesn't match, the system will once again block the login attempt. This means that even if someone has your password and your mobile device, they can't access your account without also being you. So, in essence, multi-factor authentication is like a sophisticated security guard. It checks multiple credentials before letting anyone in. And if any of these credentials don't match up, the guard doesn't give access. As you can see, the process is designed to confirm your identity accurately and efficiently. As technology advances, so does multi-factor authentication. The future of MFA is an exciting one, with innovation pushing the boundaries of how we think about security. Imagine your unique behavioral patterns, like the way you type or move your mouse, serving as one of your authentication factors. Or consider biometrics, which are already being used in some forms of MFA. The fingerprints you leave behind, the features of your face, even your voice can all be utilized as unique identifiers. Location-based authentication is another promising avenue. A system could verify your identity by checking if you're logging in from a recognized location. But, as we venture into these new frontiers, we must always remember the delicate balance between security and user convenience. The most secure system in the world is useless if it's too complicated for people to use. As we move forward, multi-factor authentication will continue to evolve, always striving to keep our digital lives secure. In our digital world, the importance of multi-factor authentication cannot be overstated. Let's swiftly recap what we've unraveled today. At the heart of MFA lies a triad of components: something you know, something you have, and something you are. Each component serves as a unique layer of protection, working in unison to fortify your digital security. Remember, the something you know could be a password or a PIN, something you have might be a smartphone or a token, and something you are involves biometrics like fingerprints or voice recognition. It's this intricate dance of technology that makes MFA such a robust security measure. Looking ahead, we anticipate even more advanced and seamless implementations of MFA. Biometric advancements, AI integration, and more are on the horizon, promising an even more secure future in our increasingly digital world. Next time you log in to a secure account, take a moment to appreciate the sophisticated technology working behind the scenes to protect your information.